taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut, season off top, you stop breathing.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But at least though the PBC card though was surprisingly also entertaining too. Like especially the main event. I didn't expect the main event to be entertaining, but it was. It was a good style clash. You know, and that's rare for a Rey Vargas fight. But the undercard wasn't bad too. You know, we had Frank Martin, and then we had Jackson Menendez, who was taking over for Nunez, who couldn't fight because of visa issues. And pretty much, I think Twitter had a lot to say about Frank Martin's boxing ability. You know, me and the homie Lukey, you know, we had our back and forth on the conversation on Frank Martin. But what did you guys actually think about Frank Martin's how he fought last night?
All right, I guess I'll go first. I mean, I was a little hard on him a little bit, because there were things that I saw that I did not like. Then I had to reel myself in and realize, oh wait, he's facing a legitimate fighter on very short notice. That's not a walk in the park. Dude really beat Rolly, and I know he got knocked out by Comey, but he was way more legit than Nunez. At this stage of Frank Martin. So, you know what I'm saying? And he did a good, he ended strong, Frank. But there was just things that I did not like, that I saw that I didn't like. I thought he didn't move his head. Like, he couldn't get out of the way of that damn right hand.
That lead right.
Any right hand Marinez wanted, he could hit him with it. It was like but I will say, it seemed like Frank was trying to take away any hook, the left hook, and just putting himself in a position where, okay, you know what, I'll choose and I'll just eat the right hands instead of taking the left hook. But it's like, dude, there was no.
He got hit with both of them though.
Yes, yeah. He didn't get hit as much with the left hook, but the right hand was just. He was Jackson was spamming the right hand all night, and even buzzed him at one point.
Yeah.
So, but I think Frank did a good job at the end. He was definitely trying to set him up, doing good body work, and then eventually, Jackson kind of just tired out. And after the 7th round, Frank just stepped on the gas and just broke him down completely. So he ended well. There was just things that, me personally, I feel like anybody with fast hands or anybody that puts punches together well would probably give Frank a little bit of a tough challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's just my opinion though. But overall, I think I would grade Frank a B- for this. Overall, all things considered, give him a B- for last night's performance.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with what you said about him, because one thing, it just seemed like, the adjustments never really came. He was just fighting harder. Like, you know what, you have to say, I'll take the shot like this, but eventually I'm gonna land my right hook on you and everything like that. That's but yeah, his head, every single time, standing squared up and moving, he got hit with every right hand.
When I spoke to Lukey, I compared him to Devin Alexander, and he was like, "That's a perfect comparison."
Yeah.
Shout out to Lukey.
Yeah,
I think Frank is more upright than Alexander, but
he is. But he does he has the same character as far as can't make adjustments. I'll just fight harder.
Right.
He makes a little noises with the punches sometimes, although it's not as loud as Devin.
Mm-hmm.
I think Devin Alexander has better footwork though.
Very, yeah, definitely.
I was gonna say that too. Devin has way better footwork to me.
Devin Alexander's footwork is one of the most underappreciated things about him. He does know how to command and move his way around the ring. You gotta give him that. But I agree with King P assessment. Somebody who could put punches together real well, and somebody who could box a bit, because Marinez, he did a little bit of both. I felt like he was clocking Martin with the left hook a lot in the first half.
Yeah.
But then later on, it's like the right hand took over, and so it's like Frank Martin got hit with both punches, but not too much at the same time. But it's like for a portion of the fight, so it's still bad because I mean, think about it. Someone's like, if you playing Tekken and the nigga's like, all right, I'm gonna keep doing this kick on you, and he does a crescent kick, and then you keep blocking him, and then he starts getting them on you, then he starts doing something else, and that starts working. It's like, dude, like both of them just working on your ass,
right?
You just choosing different times, like. And Moranis, as soon as he started boxing more and setting up his punches, like he was really coming back into like the middle rounds.
Yeah, like the fight was pretty even. Like I mean, it was until maybe like I said the 7th round or so. Something like that.
To be fair, I'll say this. I'll say that I don't think that maybe it was just me. Maybe I feel like Frank didn't make adjustments because I feel like maybe he didn't need to, and that was his whole plan from the start. You know, avoid the left hook, put in some body work, and let, like, as the rounds go by, you know, let Jackson fade and crumble. And because he did some body work, and the body he was investing into the body, and I think that definitely helped Jackson.
We say avoid the left hook, but then you didn't say avoid the left hook, but make sure I get hit with the right hand.
Yeah, no, that was, but he sold out. He sold out, letting him hit him with the right hand to avoid the left hook. I think he did a little bit too much on that end, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, that's horrible. Like
the lack of head movement.
What if someone has a crazy left hook and a crazy right hand? Then what do you do? Like,
right?
Like, come on. Like, I ain't really the best believer of that strategy. Like, let me see. I'll just take the weaker weapon. Yeah, you know, we're not gonna let them hit us with the torpedoes. We're gonna let them hit us with the constant fire of a heavy artillery machine guns. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. That's easier on our shields, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, like come on, man. But he did close the show like King P said, which counts in my book because you know we score knockouts over here. You know,
right? You know,
boxers control. You know what happens during the distance, but killers make no distance. So
facts, you know, facts, you know, and message too about that.
Yeah, you know, so yo, pilot, what'd you think? And you all quiet and shit.
I'm listening, soaking in the knowledge. Yeah, same thing, pretty much what y'all said. Like I rated him a B+. I thought he boxed in the beginning. He started fast, I guess, working with Spence and stuff. You know, they're both, you know, he starts fast. But yeah, those middle rounds is when Marinez kind of, you know, did his thing and was winning those rounds, made it real close. I felt like his stance a little bit, Frank Martin's stance and footwork needs a little bit of improvement, but I mean,
too wide.
Yeah, it's wide. It's too wide, I think. But on a
Van Damme.
At first, I was kind of being a harsh critic too, but I think on a short notice and getting the job done at the end of the day, closing the show, you know, it's a B+. You know, first I was thinking a C+, but that's more of a B- performance, I'd say, actually.
Yeah, and that was
exactly what King P said.
And that was the thing. I felt like Frank was like, because he was so wide, he was getting tangled up at times and not even like being able to get off the shots that he wanted to because he was so wide. He was like getting tangled up in it.
But he was athletic enough where he could just kind of get out of.
He was kind of out, like he was just messing up his own work.
Yeah,
like he would throw like 2 punches and then almost get stuck because he was so wide and get tangled into Jackson's left foot. That was like he was kind of in quicksand and then had to reset and move the other way and like what the fuck? Like it was weird.
Like a few times where to go around him and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and Moranis was taking advantage of that because he was able to pop him with the jab and circle around.
He's pretty big lightweight. He seemed pretty big in there.
Yes, he had the size. And that's what made it intriguing. Like that's the thing. This was a better fight ultimately from Frank and his development than Nunez, because I don't think Nunez would have given him anything like that we can really see.
Because Nunez is just a puncher and he's not a really durable one at that. So it's not.
Yeah, it'd have been like a little shootout. If he would have hurt Frank, he could have. But the thing is, it's like when you're in a shootout and you're going against a bigger, stronger guy, like it's the damage you can take. You might not be able to get your shot off like that, especially quick.
Right.
I can see why Spence mentioned Rulli and Colbert and not, you know, like one of those like Pitbull Cruz or one of those or Michelle Rivera right now.
Pitbull would be a good fight though, but it could also.
That would be.
Be too
But-
dangerous. I feel like maybe right now.
Nah, look, if you
No, it's not
knocking
too
out
dangerous.
Miranez, that's not too dangerous. Like,
No,
Like, I mean, if y'all niggas, if you think you good, you think you good. If you sparring Spencer and Charlo, like, bro, like, what the fuck is the Pitbull?
Pitbull was a makeable fight. I would say Muhammad Rivera, but I think he's just waiting for Tank.
How
So
about-
I don't
how
think
about
that's gonna
Arreo?
happen.
Rivera.
Eventually, I could see Arreo, Jose Valenzuela. They're gonna build that up, I think, a little bit.
That's too risky right now. I don't see that happening.
Yeah. Valenzuela got some more faded fighters PBC wants to feed to him first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still gotta face Gamboa, right?
Yeah.
Damn, we talked about this fight like it was the damn main event. Hold on, I know we're gonna speak on Brandon Figueroa coming back.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this for Brandon Figueroa and Carlos Castro, like, two things. Number one, Brandon Figueroa looked like he was a little bit more marked up than he usually is. Like, I mean, dude,
he was moving his head more than he usually does too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's what it is. But I was just like, yeah, why have tray marks all over his face like that? Like
That is a weird thing because I don't remember him taking anything of like real consequence to have his face marked up like that.
But he
No,
always
they
takes
was
shots.
getting, they was exchanging in like the first 2 rounds hard.
They were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I
but
think
they
he
were.
caught
But
something.
Figueroa was getting the better of those. Like he was landing the more definitive, harder shots in those exchanges.
But he was still getting caught with like 2 and 3 sometimes though. Like,
Yeah.
like it happens.
Yeah, and one thing too is Castro. Like, I mean, the fight was almost over in the 3rd round because Brandon Figueroa started letting off one of those ultra,
Flurries.
those,
Yeah.
fucking
He
combination.
would have finished him off if he wasn't such a horrible. Figueroa is such a horrible finisher. He gets so wild when he has you hurt and doesn't know how to finish you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the thing was, he was landing
could
those
finish.
punches.
Yeah. He definitely a finisher, man. It's just Castro was on some other shit because Castro was keeping up with him in those volleys. Like, even if Figueroa was landing like 8 punches, Castro was still up with him with like 3-4 shots.
Right.
Like, most people not even hanging in there by then.
Yeah.
And so he was
in like the 3rd, 4th round. Castro was putting it to him too.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, dude was he made the most of his damn, his moment.
Right, but the finish though was funny because Castro had Figueroa against the ropes, and then Figueroa spun off and started battering him again. And this time the referee was like, "Nah, we can't let you take any more punishment." And the funny thing, people were calling that early, but you see the
Yeah,
way
some people thought it was a bad stoppage. Some
They were
people thought
calling it the
really
rematch
short.
from stoppage.
yeah. Yeah, but Castro kind of sank into dude's arms, the referee's arms. Like, dude, like he had enough. Like he took too much.
Castro was hurt, but the
motion.
timing was kind of off. Like,
Yeah, in slow motion, it didn't look as bad. When they replayed it in slow motion,
Yeah.
it didn't look as
you could
bad.
tell, like, you could tell that was really a ref discretion call because the ref is in there. He's like, I don't know, man. Like, look, y'all niggas been in street fights and y'all seen fights in real life where you up close and maybe far away it looked like, damn, he landed a good one. But when you're like 3-4 feet away from it, like, God damn, like you made the Steve Willis face and everything, like.
Right.
So I think that's what it was with the ref, like, and you're landing, and Figueroa was accurate as fuck that night. So
He was.
yeah, I mean the timing was off. I ain't gonna lie, but he looked like he was punching 2 away. So I'm not gonna call it a bad stoppage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was either. I mean, because like Castro wasn't complaining about the shit,
Yeah, and if he doesn't complain, and I'm talking about genuine complaint, not one of those, your ass kind of quit or you let your ass get counted out, but then you got full energy now to argue, like
right, and do flips and shit like that.
yeah, do flips and shit, and be like, nah, here, look, new dance move, like nah,
Word.
nah. The real motherfuckers who don't protest and who slowly getting up, or they unwrapping their hands around the ref.
Yeah.
Those the ones who ain't got no complaints. They like, nah, good looking out, man. Like, I
Right.
get to go home to my family, G. That's real.
Yeah, but Figueroa just taking that much punishment from Castro, who's not even the biggest of punchers. So it's just like why? What? Because it's like I was like, God damn! Like you would have thought this motherfucker had another 12-round row of Seiho or some shit like that. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
I mean, he wasn't even that marked up with Fulton.
I knew he was about to say that. Damn, Castro like got bodied and did more damage than Fulton in like 12 rounds. God, dog, like, nah, is that what you said?
I mean, that's what that's what I'm saying. It was just weird. It was just weird to me because it was just like, I mean, damn, like, I would have thought this nigga's face would have been immaculate, but no, like, this like dude looked like.
I mean, because this thing, Fulton was punching from a boxing standpoint most of the time until he got hurt. Castro was punching for his life. It's like, why you think Kell Brook never punched as beautifully again outside of the Golovkin fight? Maybe the Khan fight, because that was, more animosity behind that. Right. If you take those two fights out of Kell Brook record, like, he looks like an arm puncher. Like, real talk, but in those two fights, you could see he was throwing his body behind those shots, and he was really punching for his life. And against Khan, he was punching the damn, like, motherfucker, I can't stand you making me wait this long.
He punched Khan around the ring, whereas Triple G, he tried to do it for Jay, but Triple G showed him what a ultra level puncher is.
I know, but Triple G is more like, yo, get this big motherfucker off of me, god damn. Why it should be you instead of me, damn it, what the fuck you doing? Thought you called me out in 10 years time. So I mean, just a different, like, just like Lamont Peterson versus Victor Ortiz, another one. Peterson was throwing some of the hardest punches. Maybe that in the Hulk fight, the only punches you'll see Peterson punch that fucking hard.
Right.
Cause he's trying to knock someone out from a comeback as a come behind. The other one, a fucking junior welterweight weighing in as a junior middleweight.
Right, yeah, and Dude was and Dude. I mean, that was the fight where somebody failed the drug test, but we never know who it was. That's a whole nother bunch of fuckery right there.
Oh man, but it make a difference, man. Context goes into punching. That's all I'm saying.
It do, and you're right though. So I mean, Figueroa, like I said, it was an eliminator. So Figueroa now is probably on hook to face the winner of the main event, which now we will talk about. We have champion Mark Magsayo, making his first title defense.
Mark Magsayo.
Magsayo.
Miss Puncho.
Yeah.
Miss Puncho.
One and done. That's what he is.
One and done. Against Rey Vargas, and I don't know. I mean, first thing I noticed, first, Freddie looks. You hate to see Parkinson's when it progresses. I don't think Freddie's long to train or do anything anymore. Like, I think he might need to chill a little bit because dude look like that Parkinson's is taking its toll on him.
Yeah, that shit is no joke. He probably using the damn the weighted whatchamacallit utensils, because my father, he was suffering from the damn little bit of Parkinson, and he had the weighted spoons and forks because it gets so fucking bad.
Yeah,
so imagine boxing gloves and mitts and shit. So like,
yeah, I know.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know they would say. I know he was saying that, hey, that training kept the Parkinson's progressing. But yeah, I think now, I mean, I've met Freddie, and when I met Freddie that one time, like, he wasn't shaking or anything. Like, dude was just normal. But hey, I think it's clear now. Everything about him is starting to get frozen. So I don't think training.
Yeah, because some people, they don't shake unless they're holding something or doing something. Then some people shake without it, like. Because my father was one of those who he shook when his hands shook when he was holding shit or trying to do shit. Then some people, their hands are shake just for no reason.
Right.
So yeah, like at that level, yeah, but
but yeah, honestly, I mean, Magsayo would probably do best to find a new trainer, because they need to find a new trainer. First, they'll teach this dude that, motherfucker, you have a jab. Like, I don't know what you thought you were doing. Like, like winging shots. Like, he was like, I mean, it made for a more entertaining fight because him and Rey Vargas decided he didn't want to move around. He actually wanted to exchange with dude.
It would work if he threw more punches and bunches, though. Like, that strategy could have worked because he was tagging and hurting Rey Vargas sometimes, but
yeah, he was though. But it just
he would never follow up on it.
But then dude was throwing all these roundhouse rises, like bring them shits all the way back.
Yeah,
and then Rey Vargas was already 2 steps to the left or the right, but before that punch landed. Like,
I'm glad Vargas used, his act. You rarely see fighters with the extreme reach or length advantage to actually use it, and Vargas did utilize that pretty well. I feel like.
Yeah,
he did, but it didn't seem like Magsayo had anything like he didn't try to do something about it. No, he just started winging hard shots like immediately.
Especially when he dropped him, it pissed me off. He had a good 30 seconds, but he just kept trying to swing for the fences when he.
Yeah, that might actually be one of the worst finishes I've seen since.
I was like, bro, go to the body, go back. Go to the body, go back up. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, like in first, in the later after the fight, like he hurt Vargas, and when he knocked him down, like that was a legit knockdown. Like Vargas was kind of shaky in like rounds 9 and 10. It's like he was shaky as fuck. And then he could have if he tagged him and dropped him one more time, the cards would have been a lot closer, or he probably could have won. But dude decided to he made Wilder look like a competent finisher. Like
he's like a mini.
God damn.
He literally was like a mini Wilder out there.
Yeah, it's like dude was just like. Dude reminded me he was throwing like fucking Clubber Lang in Rocky 3, just throwing his whole heart and soul and not hitting the goddamn thing.
But then it's all telegraphed, and it's not like. See, this thing is like when guys like Mayorga and Salido will be wild and aggressive, they're doing it, but it's in an unorthodox, unpredictable way. But it's busy, right? Or at least the outbursts are successive. Like they're busy, so you got to keep your guard up the whole time. And it's like that style only works if you have some type of steadiness to it. If you fall into it,
there's a method to their madness.
Yeah, if you fall into this lull where you're only doing it every 30 seconds or every 20 seconds, it's too much dead space. And if your punches are not all landing, then you gotta count on your punches being way more effective. Because if you're getting jabbed in the meantime and 1-2'd up, then you ain't winning no fucking rounds. Right.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, and that's what's frustrating too, because like I said, if Magsayo just had just a slight, alter his plan a little bit, he could have won that fight. But I give it to Rey Vargas though, because Rey Vargas usually he's not effective. Rey Vargas is not your typical Mexican fighter. Like dude will get on his bike and box you from a distance and win the fight that way. Dude stood in the pocket and traded with dude. Sometimes to his detriment though, because he did get tagged a little bit more than he usually does.
But that's the thing with Mark. Like the thing is, I feel like he's a guy who he's not going to turn it up unless he feels a threat, like a danger, and it shows. Like he never felt a threat from Turbo Fist. He never felt a threat from Vargas. He'll get outboxed fine all day. He'll be outboxed competitively, and he'll lose or think he's winning or think it's close, whatever. But he'll stay in that one gear, and yeah, he might hurt you or he might be in there, but depending on how well you can outbox him, you might just win. And like we said, with Turbo had, if Turbo was completely healthy, he wins that. Right. Rey Vargas. If Rey Vargas punched harder, he loses.
Yeah.
Because Mark would take his ass serious and he would have swarmed him.
Right, just like in the Seha fight. Seha had
that's exactly
version of being KO'd, and then he
exactly. You see exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Like exactly, like some guys are like that. Like they can't. When you sparring in class and the sensei is like, all right, we gonna do hand to hand. Learn the technique. Motherfucker can't get it. He's hurting everybody's wrist, blocking and forearms. He just slow. He fucks it up.
Yeah.
When the sensei is like, all right, now we gonna try it with these sticks. Somehow this motherfucker, he could do the technique now. He's perfect with this shit. Some motherfuckers just need that element of danger for them to just focus and do the damn thing. And like the power is the element for Mark. Like
Right.
that power is at him, and it's like, oh shit, boom, 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 boom. Like he, you could almost knock him out, and you could lose the fucking fight. Like, but if you just outbox him and keep him honest, and yeah,
it's the same thing. And also the one horrible thing, the one I think did cost him the fight, is dude took his foot off the gas like in the last couple of rounds, like.
Because he don't have a natural killer instinct. Only when he's in danger of getting his ass, or somebody's hurting him and putting hands on him.
Mm-hmm.
He don't have that. He doesn't have a natural killer instinct. Not like even Pacquiao had it.
Yeah, Pacquiao had a mean killer instinct.
And they both have that whole same happy-go-lucky nature.
Right.
But Mark really is a happy-go-lucky dude, though.
Right, because he's just happy to be there.
Yeah, like
smiling ass motherfucker.
Smiling ass nigga, like. There's nothing wrong with that shit.
No, it's not good. Yeah.
But it's just, fight harder, damn it.
Yeah, he all he had was Manny's calves and that bounce, but that's about it. He's trying to be the heir to the throne.
Exactly. Yeah, and then those last two was like lost some of the fight. It was just like. Like you didn't want to see, because I thought it was actually gonna be draw. I was like, wait a minute, they might get a PBC draw. Like, I'm like, oh shit, maybe. I was hoping, because when he said split decision, I'm like, okay, please let it be a PBC draw.
I was thinking that for a second too.
Yeah, no, and the one gave it to the Magsayo card. He won by 1, and the other two were by 4, I think. So Vargas is the new WBC featherweight champion. A belt that didn't change hands for almost 6 years now got changed twice within 6 months.
That's a good comment by the Android dude. That Magsayo has 1 gear and is unclutched. A weird fighter. Very weird.
True. Yeah.
Shout out to Android number
1983. That's a unique screen name. Android.
And shout out to Miss 702.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Salute.
Yeah, because that's LB's new cousin, so you make sure we got to show respect.
Music cousin.
Yeah.
And we gonna talk about some music at the end, yo. We definitely we got one for you.
Oh yeah, definitely. But Magsayo. Yeah, I mean, it can't say he's disappointed. He's just like, damn, like I don't know what you thought you were doing. Maybe you were just celebrating too much. Yeah. You forgot that you had a jazz.
Nah, he's just weird, yo. If you don't force him out of the 1 gear, he'll happily stay there, like,
and get boxed up.
And the sad part is he'll be competitive enough getting outboxed where you're like, damn, it'll be the whole Broner syndrome where you're like, damn, if he just threw more punches, like Danny Garcia, if he just threw more punches, like, and right. That's how Mark is, like. Mm-hmm. Every fight, if he throws more punches, he wins. And this fight, the last fight, if he threw more punches, he won.
Yeah,
against Gary Russell Jr. If he threw more punches, he wins more definitively.
Really, yeah. He don't jab.
Nope. Android called it, and he has low boxing IQ.
Yeah. Absolutely low boxing IQ. Yeah, I know.
But his low boxing IQ beat Saya, whose boxing IQ was even lower because he backed up in a straight line twice. Mm-hmm. In a row, like.
Yeah.
So I mean, even someone with the lowest of boxing IQ would damn hit your ass and knock you out with that. So, like, but he was already in that gear. You see what I'm saying? It's like his mind clicked up with that when he's in that gear. You don't put him in that gear, then he might not even catch that.
Yeah. And then and the predictable footwork. Yeah, Many has wrinkles to it. Yeah. I was kind of he was spamming that fucking Euro step shit that he was doing. Like,
yeah, he was.
Like, I mean, I was like, Jesus, is this a Mike Tyson's punching game? Like, am I gonna punch you in the belly, you go down, you keep doing that shit, nigga? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's like, dude, it's like, yo, like, if you can see that shit coming, like, and he's already got used to it, you're not gonna catch him with that shit. Like, what are you doing? Like, stop, it was just bad. It's like he was trying to take all the things that Manny did and try to make it his own, and it was just he just couldn't do it.
It's like womp doesn't work.
Yeah, like bro, you have power. Develop your own identity. Your own fighting style. Because clearly, I mean, honestly, and it doesn't help like they share Freddie Roach as a trainer and shit like that. But it was just surprising that Freddie Roach didn't add any real wrinkles to his game after narrowly beating Gary Russell. It's just like Rey Vargas just you knew you were fighting a mover or something like that. Like you couldn't there was like nothing. Just swing as hard as you can and hope that you can connect. And that only happened once. So it's just like. It was disappointing to actually watch from him.
And the thing is, it's like the fight was competitive enough where if he fought him in a rematch and tried harder, he could very well win. That's the weird thing.
He could, yeah. And that's
dude's a weird fighter, man. Just at the end of the day, he's fucking weird.
Yeah, and it was also a really good fight too. I wasn't like I said, Rey Vargas, because if you saw what I titled the preview, it's like someone gets KO'd or either a fighter goes to sleep or we go to sleep. There's no in between. This was an actual in between. This was a real in between fight, and it was good. So it's just like, I'm not even mad at it because I'm saying
it take a fight with like two guys like this to make it happen like this. So
it was a dope triple header. Showtime be coming through with those triple headers.
It was a very solid triple header. And then now, of course, we're probably gonna get Brandon Figueroa versus Rey Vargas. So before we go on to talk about Fortuna and Garcia, how do you guys think that fight would go?
Brandon Figueroa all day. You already know.
Yeah.
Heartbreaker.
Yeah, I rock the figure there.
P, what about you?
Figs.
Vargas. Oh, excuse me.
Also, before Rashidi Ellis.
Why would you think I would go for Vargas?
Really, like, dude, look at yourself in the mirror. Then look at the picture of me on the screen. Really, like, come on, like, you may as well just say like enough for the new guy shit right now.
You think I like all the back foot boxers? Like, damn it!
Damn well, dog. I was like, really? You think this nigga Vargas is gonna damn moonwalk around the ring and give this guy a boxing lesson? Like, honestly, I haven't seen Figueroa lose yet. There's just certain people who I haven't seen lose in boxing yet. Figueroa is one of them. Like, he ain't lose the Fulton to me.
I mean, he lost to Seha to me. That's the fight that he definitely.
You can say that's a draw, but yeah, I mean, I'll say Seha has a better case than what's his name? The Fulton does.
Yeah, I mean, Seha,
just like Derevyanchenko and Jacobs got a better case for beating Golovkin than Canelo does.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Seha really gave Figueroa like one of those.
Yeah, he's putting hands on Figgy.
Yeah, he put real hands on him. I was just like, but then no reason why they complain too much because Seha blew weight. So I was like, you know what, that's a lesson.
He got the Scott Quigg boost.
Yeah, he was lucky. Seha didn't ruin him, but you
got damn right. He looked like he had a point to prove. Like he did. Like he was moving his head. Like
yeah,
he was there putting hands on dude. Like, oh man, that was a good ass little. That's a good little decent card. Like it went fast, but it was like it was an entertaining fast.
And it was early too. It didn't go like it didn't start like after midnight and shit like that. So like,
thank God they ain't doing that with the Broner fight. These motherfuckers, shit.
Yeah.
I wish Rashidi, Ellis was on it, but at least he, came back and made a quick knockout too on the pre.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it was a journeyman though. But
that was 13.
Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. Like,
at least he's in the mix now. Hopefully.
You got to start with the Andre expectations first. First, we just want a little activity. We'll take it.
Yeah.
And then you build up until like, okay. Like,
yeah,
but shit. My bad.
Yeah, I said next time we put them on the main card, like but yeah.
Yes.
But Showtime, that was the last of the slate that they announced earlier this year, and like I said, and hopefully they announce another slate. Because I'm not looking forward to the Danny Garcia fight, but that's just me. That's just me being me about it. If you know what
you don't look forward to shit. I'm looking forward to this Broner fight.
Yeah, because it's in your neighborhood. That's why you're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I want to see Guaranton Russell versus Rancis Barthélemy on that on the co-main for the Danny card.
Oh damn, that's a fight! Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fight.
Okay, that's an ass whooping.
You know, so
I see some angry fists.
Yeah, but yeah, no. PBC won the weekend like it was a good triple header. You know, it flowed. It was it was great.
They got the most A's and B's on their scorecards for their grades this year. I give them that. Like everybody else is like C's and B's.
Yeah, C's and B's. Yeah, definitely. You know,